Hello, everyone. Okay, need to adjust this now. There we go. And welcome to another episode of Magic Arena Run. Today it's midweek Magic. It's on the edge, and if you're seeing the picture there, yes. No, so normally on the edge is its own format. They've included so it says from the latest. Oh, it also adds foundations. They've already clarified that one. Did not expect, but thank you for now following. Oi, crush. Anyhow, so this is Matt, and I'm just recording this. I'm not exactly live, but so we only have foundations. We have Tarkir Dragonstorm, Final Fantasy, and Edge of Eternities. These are the only ones there. They seem to have forgotten to apply some ban lists. Well, to be fair, this is not banned in the Core-Steel Cutter is not banned in Alchemy, so it still kind of has its thing. That said, we're deciding to just keep it simple, just all mono red. There are some things that we could do some quick changes, but for the most part, this is a super cheap deck. You pretty much want to have at least 3 mana, so our headline card is the Cori-Steel Cutter. Um, Everything else is pretty much just direct burn, so Bolt Wave, Burst Lightning, Channel Dragonfire. We added a few fleeting effigies to give some creature count. We added a few Wild Rides. You had some Vaishino Pyromancers and some Terrapack Intimidators. The Lander tokens are actually quite good at cutting through some of the cards and as well as enabling our Plasma Bolts. Another thing, so what are cards that we probably could consider adding? So instead of the Wild Ride, we could go for Full Bore. Give us a little extra toughness, though we don't have any creatures with warp cost, so we're not getting trample and haste. That's actually also one of the considerations for this one, that we're not exactly getting those big pump spells anymore. Other things we could consider adding are, let's say, the Firebrand Archer for ping damage here. Like between our spells for 8, 12, 16, we got about 16 burn spells. Also, just realizing that I don't see lightning strike here. I was wondering why I didn't put it. It turns out it wasn't there. We do have obliterating bolt if it gets to that. I guess Sabotender might be a consideration, though honestly I would probably rather have Firebrand Archer in that stead. We added a few copies of Seer Slicer Goblin just to give us additional creatures in case we could kind of go white early. Otherwise, Sunset Strike Master, this is kind of aggro enough. We could consider this one, but we're not exactly dealing damage to large flying creatures here. And you notice I'm pretty much just looking at the 1 and 2 slot. I never haven't really considered anything in the 3 slot, so well, but otherwise that's pretty much it as a start. There are many other ways to adjust this deck, I suppose. One way is to add more spells, add like Queen Bran, probably not Basidian Elder. Most if we want to get the Black Wizards, you go for Queen Bran. Then there is also, how to say this? Trying to find that. There's also Impact Tremors. Like we do have the 4 fleeting effigy. It's mostly to just keep buying back Cori-Steel Cutter. That is one way. That's kind of one way to get around it. But we'll see how it goes. I'm suspecting mono green is gonna be the horrible matchup for us. We do have burst lightning at 4. We have ways to burn a tree, but otherwise it might be a problem. We'll see about that. So I guess we can go for let's go for the quick burn. We are running 22 mountains. We haven't added any of the rare mythic stuff. Now, Channel Dragonfire is the sorcery speed. We're not realistically harmonizing this one. Now, our opponent might have their own burn spell. I don't want to drop this after this. I'm willing to just play the fleeting effigy first. Just swing because our opponent's not in the block. Then we can hold off on the burst lightning if we need to. Ooh, so this is supposed to be... So this is supposed to be that kind of combo deck, eh? Okay, I guess we can burn this one. I'm hoping to hit another land. There we go. So we can go Sear Slicer, Fleeting Effigy. I'm expecting the... At least we get our one trigger there. And also note that the colorless artifact tokens here, you still need to have a way to sacrifice. So we're gonna be looking out for the sack engines. If we can hit the Cori-Steel Cutter, that would also be really dope as well. As it is, I would not be surprised if our opponent decides to go for removal here. Or yeah, they're there. They're still there. Okay, they're holding back for removal. Makes sense. Also, if I'm not... Maybe don't cast all 4. I'm expecting some burn spells. Oh no, there's some burn spell. This is instant speed? Okay, that... I keep forgetting that this is instant speed. This is a little breaking at instant speed is really brutal for us, but can't be helped. I keep forgetting that this is instant speed. This has no right to be instant. Well, and our opponent is doing the...
Through ambition, I am remade. Mana still obey. Bow to your new. Work harder.
Yeah, we're... Yeah, little breaking is going to be an issue for us. When is really going for the Rust Harvesters? Hold on.
I am in charge. My network is already vast. All of space.
And this is the beginning of combat.
Soon you will grovel.
So the issue here now is that I would not be able to double cast this. One kind of... I kind of like the harmonize being this expensive is a bit of an issue for us. Yeah, we kind of walked into that little breaking. Our best bet was to just hold off on it. Emblem is still going to be an issue, especially if they put it on a nutrient block. Oh no, they're cracking it right away. But we're now at the stage where we're kind of well, so we need to wait a bit. Opponent's gonna start just our foods in addition to their other types. They're probably gonna start swinging.
I am in charge here.
So we take this. Yeah, okay, this is a problem. Yeah, I needed a way to do this. But I'm gonna be so behind in the next turn, and our opponent is gonna just find. And they have ways of sacrificing with this one, so we have to remember little breaking is instant. We don't exact. That opening would have been really okay, but we kind of extend. Yeah, the little breaking is an issue. Our best bet was to just hold back. If we had at least one of the steel cutters, we would have been able to pressure with more tokens. But as is, not quite enough. Oh yeah, might as well pop it like this. Oh, now this is what we kind of want. When it goes to the early land or elves, we'll go for the early feeding MTG, because why not? I might just do Terra Pact Intimidator next turn. I could also just do double Cori-Steel Cutter. Yeah, I'm actually gonna do this one here. They might just give us the 2 lander tokens here. Mono green is gonna be our other issue here. I guess if they give us 2 landers. Into a chocobo. Yeah, we'll have to take the hit here. If I... Nope, did not hit the burn spell we needed. So, best bet is to just... I could just throw burn here, but not quite useful. I think I would rather just throw this one there instead. And just hold back. These are still decent enough blockers, I think. There's a Chocobo. There's a bigger. Ah! We really needed a lot more instant speed burn. Our best bet now is to just go wide. And let's see. It just searches for basic lands, so not the... So I could just... it doesn't give it trample. It doesn't give it trample, so I could just chump block. But yeah, we needed to nuke the Chocobo. We just didn't get the time because of the Fenrir. Yeah, we would end up just making blockers here. That said, all they've done is just grow these 3 creatures really tall. Well, they're about to have a 4th creature. But none of them having trample is kind of a big boon for us. So we're not going to take any of these out. We can afford to take... We'll be taking 14, so... I don't think we'll be able to carry enough damage though. Ooh, we'll see if we can do the math here. So... Unfortunately, we have 2, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can 5, 10. Ooh, I will be quite short. Oh wait, that's enough. Oh my gosh! Math. Okay, we managed to survive that one. Okay. Yeah, they not having any trample help. Okay, so I'm convinced to keep the wild ride. That wild ride was really wild for us. And got ourselves a whale. I could see an argument for cutting one more land, but we kind of needed every card in that deck. The Channel Dragonfire is starting to feel like a weaker link here. But we can get some burn. The Viashino Pyromancer is kind of pseudo haste. Yeah, we managed to steal that game. That was very... Okay, so we now know that we can Cori on turn 3. Now this is me hoping our opponent doesn't have a way to pump the Marshal. Because my next plan now is to just Cori-Steel Cutter, then just Burst Lightning the Flyer. Celestial Armor. play that as a trick, but they just wanted some damage. Okay. So I'll oblige. And next turn we can Cori Pyro. Dragon Father, make tokens too. So Firebrand, which probably snipes our Pyro. And I'm fine with that. And yeah, Scar Slicer Goblin is also a better option there for us because it allows us to start making even more tokens. I have no idea what our opponent was doing. That one felt all over the. I think they wanted to go wide and pump, but they got way too greedy on that activation there. Let's see if we can do about the games go really fast. That's probably one advantage of this one. So these are sorcery speed, so I'm probably gonna just hold on to them. If we can hit the third land, I will play Pyromancer first. Now we kind of need to start hitting other things. Summon Fenrir. Okay, time to do some math here. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh wait, that's it. Woo! There we go. There we go. That's a fast enough start. We'll take that. Math is definitely for attackers. And yeah, that's plenty of time. Let's do one more. That was pretty neat though. Now, if we were on the draw, that is a problem. So nothing too great for us. Yeah, without the Cori-Steel Cutter, it kind of falls a bit flat. At least we can kind of buy some time with this. When it burns our creature makes perfect sense. Yep, first lightning. Yeah, these being sorcery speed really changes the dynamics of this. This will probably be our last game no matter what though. I'll just... Really looking for a Cori-Steel Cutter. Though Spell Pierce is... Okay, I need to remember Spell Pierce is in... Just cast the Bolt Wave and pass. Because we only get real value if these are if these are trees. And we're not getting any actual value like this. Yeah, this is super feel bad, but I did choose to not run upgrades and etc. because of this. I'm still willing to hold this back, but yeah, this is looking really bad for us. That was a burn heavy, not much else can. We're going for the Balmor. And we hit our first lightning. I might actually just hold back until I can hit something more substantial. But this probably ends it. Blue-red having a lot of X trees kind of hurts our deck quite a bit. The lander tokens would have been really okay for us. But yeah, we really need that Cori-Steel Cutter. This is really Cori-Steel Cutter or bust. I don't see why our point. Yeah, but we really flooded out with this many land drops. I would not be surprised if our opponent's just sitting on a lot of burn and not much else. But yeah, we definitely I could have opted for a blue-red VV version, but we don't have. Ooh, what? One could have easily. Yeah, we can concede this one. We just we needed to have more. That is probably an argument for mulling that hand. It would have been okay if it was a creature heavy matchup, but our opponent was a spells heavy matchup. It was we were simply outclassed there. We needed the Cori-Steel Cutters to keep putting relevant pressure. So yeah, definitely mulling. We learned our lesson there. We mulled this one. We keep this one. We can even go to 2 lands. Now I'm willing to do Cori-Steel Cutter first here, though they might have a seam rip. That would be one reason not to. I'm not sure what their no, it's a Giada. Now we save this spell because we don't have a guarantee we'd get another one. I would love to do the 3 extra damage, but no. Also, if our opponent's running Giada, they're probably running. Okay, sure. And this is just prevent all combat damage. And we can also just cast this fight. I'm most likely gonna end up spending time cracking these lancers just to... Never mind, opponent conceded. Fog Bank is not exactly that good. And honestly I also have no idea where. But there you go. We have a if you crafted all those Cori-Steel Cutters from Standard Pass, I would use it now just to get them one last one last shot at this. Though these are still quite playable in Pioneer. Kind of annoying there actually, but I'm still quite playable there. So something to enjoy for that one. That's gonna be it for this episode of Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications and whatnot. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope to see you guys again next time. Take care. God bless. Stay safe wherever you are. Have a great week, everyone. Take care.